Hey there, it's Anne-Marie Scottson with Fourth Group Real Broker and team leader of the Seven Red Properties team. So the other day I did an Instagram post that asked about what would be the four ways to make your offer stand out in the spring market. As we know, in a nutshell, the spring market is a bit interesting right now, depending on location and depending on inventory and price point. Certain price points are selling like hotcakes, others are sitting. And then the ones that we don't expect to sell as quickly are actually selling, depending upon the location. And this is mainly here in New Jersey. New York's going through a similar situation. So I kind of wanted to hit on one of the four ways today, and I'll continue this throughout the week of how to make that offer stand out for you as the buyer. So the first one I'm going to hit on is with regard to your down payment or your good faith deposit, otherwise known as earnest money deposit. So I'm going to have one little asterisk in there, and I will hit on this on a future video. But the quick version is if you are using one of the first time homebuyer programs, or you simply just don't want to use all your money to put 30, 40, 50% down, or even 20% for that matter, um, you don't have to. And this information will still help you, but I will hit on those scenarios, like I said, in a future video. So the reason for the larger earnest money deposit or down payment, believe it or not, is psychological. So when you have situations where a homeowner is concerned about how much cash somebody has. As a realtor, especially as a listing agent, I usually will speak with the lenders just to get a feel for the client and what their situation is and so on. And to find out, a little bit more about even the lender, because if I don't know them, then it's good for me to find out who they are. So when you're putting a good faith deposit down, it's psychological to the homeowner. So the homeowner might say, "Oh, gee, look, like they're putting a good amount down." And to them, it's a comfort more than anything. For you, it might be stressful, but for them, it's a comfort. Um, so the other thing that comes into play too is with regard to appraisal. So if you're in a hot area where appraisal is, could be a concern because it's a bidding war. Let's just use a $650,000 house with comps that are kind of just about 700, and you've got offers going well above that, just because there's no inventory and it's a hot town or neighborhood. The amount of money you put down, the more you put down, the less quote unquote impact you may have on the appraisal. There are alternatives to that too. We'll hit on that in a separate video as well. But to make this, as short and sweet as possible, the appraisal factor is going to be very important, because if you're going to put in an offer at say 725 and the highest comp is 700, you need to be sure you've got enough money down to buffer that difference in case it doesn't appraise. So to a homeowner, that's really important. So in a nutshell, the two reasons why earnest money and down payments are important. Number one is psychological. It gives a comfort to the homeowner who is selling their house. They want to make sure that the buyer has liquid assets to be able to purchase the home and move forward. The second, as I mentioned, is appraisal. So those are the two most important reasons for this. If you have any questions at all, there are plenty more reasons, but those are the two I'm going to hit on now. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give me a shout, or you can message me or text me. That would be great. Have an awesome day. See you tomorrow.